Do you understand that you're a rat in the Matrix? Like, I know that's a fucking crazy way to start the video, but it's like, bro, if you've ever had a job, if you've ever went, even away from school, like, if you think about it, school is only supposed to be like 6 to 7 hours, and like you have like a lunch and all, whatever. When you finally get into the job world, it's exactly like school, but it's like you just work 8 hours straight. Maybe you get a 30-minute lunch break or whatever, but it's like, bro, it is the most bullshit you'll ever fucking experience in your life. If you've never had a job, please never go get one, right? Just pursue entrepreneurship right away or business. And I'm gonna explain to you why. When you start getting in that mindset of working 8 hours a day, it is so hard to get your mind out of it, and it is not the actual way to work, okay? The actual way to get effective work done, if you're a competent, regular human who's not like a subhuman who like can't even process on a regular basis, like you're just like a dopamine junkie that's scrolling through TikTok all day. So if you're a regular functioning human being, a high performing functioning human being, which I hope if you're watching these videos, I hope you're actually a high functioning human being. But it's so like when you start getting into the workspace, like the workplace or whatever, everybody around you, they're like all like pretty much subhumans. Like I'm gonna be honest, like they're all like imbeciles. They literally cannot work for more than like 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Like you'll be working alongside them, and like they'll give you tasks, right? You have like a typical 40-hour work week. Bro, I used to work 40-hour work weeks in an office, and it literally took me 5 hours to finish my work. They gave me 40. I used to spend 35 hours just fucking around, just bullshitting. And so what I wasn't fucking around like the way other people fuck around, like on like social media or whatever. I would not use my phone. I would journal, I would do research, I would read books, I would do so much other things, which just got me so super developed, right? Like I used to, as soon as I had a job, every time I had a job, I started reading books because it was like, I knew I was not gonna fucking stay in this like dog shit. Like if you get into the job world and you literally have seen what it's actually like, you'll understand why it can never be a place that you will stay. Like it's like the worst thing ever. Like I'm telling you, it's the worst thing ever. And like as you like pursue entrepreneurship and actually understand how the world of money, finance, power, business is actually played, you'll be like, I don't know why I ever fucking like went to college and got a job. And it's like if you went to college and you're in college or whatever, it's like okay, fine, you did it for your parents or whatever. But it's like you have to one day be like, you know what? Like, what do I actually want? Do I actually want to be rich? Do I actually want to be wealthy? Do I actually want to be financially free? Do I actually want to live my life and have the freedom of people who actually have freedom? Like, think about this: how crazy it is. Your day is 24 hours. You're supposed to sleep 8 hours, which I don't even believe is enough. I think you need like at least like 9 to 10 hours. If you like actually like go to the gym and shit, you definitely need 9 to 10 hours of sleep. And beyond that, you have 8 hours to get like work your job or whatever the fuck. And it's like most of the I swear to God, like if you ever have a job, you will never ever actually work 8 hours. At most, you'll maybe work like if you're functioning like a 3 to 5 hours and the occasional heavy day. But it's like you will never actually need those 8 hours a day. And on top of that, it's never actually 8 hours. Like you need like an hour, hour and a half to commute. You have the morning shower. You gotta wake up early. And there's all this bullshit, right? So it's like realistically, like your work day takes up like 10 hours, and then your fucking sleep takes about another like 8 to 10 hours or whatever. 8 hours, let's just say 18 hours. So you only have 6 hours a day to live your life for the rest of your life for the next 30 years, and then it's like you have retirement and like all this bullshit that you gotta deal with having a job that's like, oh my god, like if you're not functioning for like if you're not like a person who's like very extroverted and loves like hanging around people and just like talking to people, or isn't really built out for like the job world, you're just not gonna ever fuck with it. I'm telling you. And the sooner you can kind of like be like, okay, this is not what I want. And the best thing you can do is become financially conscious, learn how to manage your money so that you can not get stuck in like the dopamine paycheck trap where you're like every week you just fucking getting your paycheck, spending it, getting your paycheck, spending it. It's like if you can kind of like accumulate the money you can, save up, invest, let it grow through the years, and just keep saving up money over and over and over and over again. Like, avoid partying, avoid the parties, drinking, movies, like all the bullshit that everybody's spending. Is like understand that's all consumerism. At the end of the day, you don't need to actually consume those stuff. Okay, you can literally save your money, be like a frugal person, let people talk shit, whatever it has to be. Save your money, invest it, learn about finances, and then get the fuck out. Get the fuck out as soon as you can, because you're gonna have to go through this like phase of like reconditioning your mind out of the job world. And I'm telling you, that shit is so fucking tough, because when I did it, I was struggling. I was struggling for so fucking long. I was literally having like panic attacks. Not panic attacks really, but like I couldn't sleep because when I quit, I was like, damn, I'm not gonna get a paycheck. Like, think about how crazy that is. Like, my paycheck was not even big or anything. It was like so mid. It was so ass. And it was like, because your mind gets so attached to the idea of like security and the paycheck, which is normal because your brain, that's what it's wired for, security and safety and survival. But your brain will literally attach the idea of a paycheck to like your well-being and to like your health and like you staying alive, you surviving. But it's like that's not the case. You know that's not the case, but that's not what your brain feels, and your brain will start sending like these thoughts and signals to the rest of your body, and you're like, damn, like why am I spazzing out? And it's because like your environment sets up your conditions. So when you're in this environment of going to work 5 days a week, working 40 hours a week, you're pretty much that's a part of your environment. When you have a job, you'll literally be at your job place more than you'll be in your own house or room or whatever. And so when you get accustomed to that, now your conditions your brain's conditioned to believe that this is reality, right? And so every time you get that reward of money, that's what your efforts is like. The 40 hours of effort, that's your reward. It's like the whole habit cycle. Your brain will get attached to it, and so you need to get out of that. And then once you get out of it, life looks fucking completely different. Like your mind will literally restructure reality. I'm telling you, it's the weirdest, craziest thing, and everybody goes through it. Everybody. And it's like, it's just a necessary phase for you to actually get out of it and then perceive the way you see money. Because if you have a job, I'm like, spending money is like the worst thing you'll ever do. And like after you get out, you'll understand why spending money is harder when you have a job rather than when you don't have a job. When you have a job, I'm telling you, it literally feels like you're spending your life away. It literally like, because that's exactly what you're doing. If you make 25 an hour and then you go spend $100, it feels like you just spend 4 hours like paying for this shit. And it's like, it's never worth it, right? It's never fucking worth it. And so I'm telling you, like, literally become like a robot. Become frugal. Become whatever you have to be. Invest. Like, you know what you should do? Like, the best thing I'll tell you, do not let money sit in your bank account, because if it's there, you will spend it. Have one credit card, spend it when you have to for like whatever emergency purchases or whatever. But all the money in your bank account, put it in some high yield savings account, put it in a CD, put it in stocks, put it in crypto, put it in something that you know that's safe and is gonna grow with time, because you're gonna need to save up money for a while. Okay, like there's just no way around it. If you're not born rich, if you're not wealthy, but you want to escape the job world, you're gonna need funding. You're gonna need to have a safety net of financial like security, layers of it, so that when you get out, you won't be like all tense, because you don't want. It's gonna be very hard for you to like pursue entrepreneurship and get a job and like work your job as him. You just won't have enough time in a day. You won't have enough mental bandwidth. Everything starts getting fucked up. So you want to have enough financial layers of security, and you want to have way more than enough, like way like whatever you think is enough, 5x that. It doesn't matter if it takes you years to save up. Fucking save it up. Do whatever you gotta do. Work overtime. Get a second job. Work while you're in school. Do whatever you gotta fucking do. Just make it happen. I'm telling you, because you need to get out of the job world. Like, it isn't like, especially in modern time, like the internet is so fucking powerful, and it's like even like if you were like a digital freelancer rather than like a real life freelancer, think about how much easier it is. Like even that simple thing, that's not even a job or a business, right? It's like you're just like kind of making money or whatever. Like if you're a freelancer, like say you like chop grass, like you have to go door to door and be like, yo, you need your grass chopped. Like that's mad work in the sun, walking around doing door to door sales. But it's like if you're like a digital freelancer and you learn a digital skill like funnel building or doing remote sales or like running paid ads, right? If you learn any of these skills, you can literally just start like texting people like on LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram that like have businesses and be like, yo, I can do this for you. And then you get paid through the internet. Like, you know how crazy that is? The fact that like the internet has like modernized everything. Like everything is now fucking easier because of technology. And it's like, if you don't acclimate to modern times, you will be left behind. AI is taking over. Social security is not going to be as strong. Retirement is fucking ass. Like if you actually look into your retirement plan and your insurance plan, you'll know that shit is garbage. But most people don't even look into it. Like I know people, like when I was working alongside these people, they didn't even read their like their retirement funding. Like that shit was ass. I was like, what the fuck? Why? Like I'm not gonna even fucking like sit here and act like I need this. I fucking quit that shit immediately. Anyway, fucking just become financially conscious. Be so cognizant of your finances, because it matters, especially if you're a young man who like wants to actually make it into this world, be successful, have power, have wealth. It is actually be of high value, because if you don't, you will be left behind. Especially, and right now it's never been easier than ever. Like all the information and education you need is all on the internet. You have all the fucking people you could ever look up to on the internet. You have access to them just by watching their shit. I'm telling you, become conscious. Become an entrepreneur. The fuck the labels? The labels doesn't even matter. Figure out how to make money in your own way, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're always trading time for money and you're always just struggling. Do this, and in the end, you're gonna fucking win.